What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing? We got about 10 minutes actually till the Stadia event starts, but I wanted to get it going a little early to make sure everyone gets a chance to get in here and everything. How's everyone going? What's going on, everyone? Just letting it catch up. There we go. Stadia, this is going to be interesting because there have been... Hey, guys. How's everyone doing? There have been some leaks about Stadia, and it's not looking great. Let's see if this chat to come in here. I don't know, everyone always has their chat and everything working right away. I just have to wait for it to like rush in. It just takes a minute to catch up. I don't know. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Pokestop, how you doing? How long will it be, Dylan? I don't know. I remember GDC wasn't as long, and honestly, I don't know if they have... I think they're going to do... So what they're going to do here is they're going to do release date, pricing, and games. So I'm going to assume... Oh, thanks, Scott. I appreciate it. Thank you for the $2. I assume it's going to be about 30 minutes. That's my assumption. Okay. I think... Well, we already kind of know some of the details because it leaked out, which is unfortunate. But to be honest, I'm a bit deflated by what I've heard. I think some people are going to be kind of annoyed at what they're going to hear today when it comes to Stadia. I'm hoping some of the games are good, though. That's always possible. Gabrielle says, "What's up, man? Enjoy your videos every day." Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I am... when it comes to Google stuff, like, so I at this point, we kind of know what's going to be in this presentation outside of some of the... smaller games, or even some of the games that are going to be announced here outside of Destiny 2. For like Destiny 2 is apparently going to be announced here for the Stadia, Google Stadia, and I'm sure people are excited for that one. But yeah, the pricing is gonna set some people off. All right, that's the biggest thing. People are not gonna like the pricing at all. Hey, Monkey Flop, how you doing? How you doing? That's the biggest thing. People are not going to like that. The pricing is going to be kind of frustrating for people. All right. Yeah, I'm sure I'll have a take on it. I've kind of already thought about it a bit after some... Oh, look, there's the chat. Some of the info that's been getting thrown around at this point, and some of the info that's been sent over to me. Google... I don't get why some of these places, like some of the outlets that they trust, are weird, because like embargo gets broken constantly at this point. There were a lot of announcements today, by the way, already, like this morning, for all kinds of stuff. Though they disable chat. I feel like they usually disable chat, though. I mean, Google's already not on great terms right now because of like all the stuff going on right now, but it's just, it's video games, so Casey said, "Will you be checking out Battle for Bikini Bottom?" I will, actually. And then also Little Gamer with $1. Thank you. No message. I will be checking out Battle for Bikini Bottom, mostly because I like what THQ Nordic is doing in the marketplace. I think they need to work on their PR and their management for communicating to customers and and being a bit more professional there. But I think the developers there and the internal leadership when it comes to what they should be spending their time developing is good. So I would like to see them continue to bring stuff back from our childhood, or our younger days, I should say. So yes, I'll be checking that out. I hope they do something with Time Splitters. I'll check that out. Go grab Kingdoms of Amalur, bring that up. Yeah, I'm on board with THQ Nordic and what they're doing. What big game or games do you think they might be shown? So the word is we'd see Baldur's Gate 3. They need an exclusive, so that's the biggest thing, right? This is the biggest thing. We need exclusive. We need a reason to buy this, to buy into this, because it's going to cost money up front, and people aren't going to like that. And honestly, I think it's a bad idea. I think they're doing it backwards, which we'll talk about if everything pans out the way it should. The word is that they're going to... Oh, okay. So some people haven't seen the news yet. The word... All right, so... Do you guys think this will be free to do, or do you think it's going to cost money? Because I think some people won't be happy if it costs money. Yeah, My Friend Pager is going to be good. That's out on the Switch and it looks good. That's actually out in 2 weeks, actually. 2 weeks. They got announced today. Yep, Darksiders Genesis looks like... Darksiders Genesis actually is Diablo, basically, in the Darksiders universe, so that's exciting. I'm expecting about 30 minutes, okay? I'm hoping it rolls pretty quick. Like, I'm hoping it's pretty fast. I'm trying to figure out if it's going to be a stage event or if it's pre-recorded. Yeah, so I'm curious if that's going to affect people's thoughts on this if it costs money. Like, what if this was... Edward Hernandez says, what would be the ideal price for you? The ideal price would be tiered. I think if you have a free version that is supported with advertisements or data collection like what Google does, then they at least would have that. And then, of course, you can pay more money to have ads disabled and a more premium experience. It's going to cost money, though, and that's the thing that's going to, I think, confuse people or kind of annoy people. They're also going to announce a bundle, and it's that also. So they're going to technically sell some sort of hardware, but it's going to annoy people because it's going to confuse everyone. This is unfortunately not going to be the clearest message from Google we're about to see. Thank you for keeping us all in the loop, Joseph F. You got it. I enjoy doing it, so. Baby is good. Lucas is good. He is good. He's getting kind of big already, so he eats a lot, so it helps. He goes through a lot of formula. It's not going to be $30 a month. So if that's what you're expecting, Litton Guy, you'll actually probably be kind of happy. It's not quite that much, but it is going to cost money. And here's the issue: they're doing it backwards. They're not going to have a free option right away. It seems to be a paid option immediately. I think it should have gone the other way. Hadouken says that, hey, thank you for always providing us such great game news coverage. You are my favorite gaming news channel on YouTube. Always look forward to 7 a.m. Keep on keeping on, my dude. Yeah, I thought about that. I'm like, I guess it's technically different times for a lot of people, right? So while I posted at 8 a.m. my time, it's like it could be like nighttime for some people. It could be really early in the morning, you know? Will Google Stadia require Google Chromecast? Okay, so this is where things are going to get confusing. Oh, here we go. They'll explain it. Oh, wait. Okay, maybe they might have just... Okay, so we still have a few minutes. It's going to confuse people. All right, so yes, I think CD Mac, I think you're right. I think xCloud is going to destroy Stadia. But also thanks to Miguel for the $2. Thank you. And then CD Mac for $2. Thank you. James, I think that's where things are going to get a little confusing. You're going to need Chromecast at first, but not later. It's weird. Okay, so the idea I thought was that you just sign into a browser on whatever, but it seems like at first they want you to use their Chromecast. So some people, I assume, don't want to be spoiled, and that's why I'm not telling everyone. But the biggest kicker is going to be, you're going to have to pay money, right, for a subscription fee for like 4K and 60 frames and everything, right? So you'll get that kind of quality. There'll be latency, but you'll get the quality. But then you're also going to have to buy games. Like, there's going to be a library of games, but then you're also going to have to buy games to use on the service, and you cannot download to play offline. So let's say you do have a capable computer and you're doing a subscription fee, right? You can't download the game and play it on your local machine, which I think is the biggest mistake. I know they want to push the streaming service, but we're just talking options here, you know? That's all. We're just talking options. Because at that point, Google could also become a digital storefront straight up, right? So maybe you just want to buy your games from Google. You could do that. So you kind of see some of the missed opportunities here. Oh, Modern Vintage Gamer, what's up, man? The Ouya died for the Stadia. Yeah, the Ouya is on its way out, and here comes Stadia to fill in that void of super niche service in this case. Drew Butler with the little sunglasses guy in the wave. How's it going, Drew? Chris Childress with $1. Thank you. Gnarly says, thank you for the great daily content. Video Punks $2 says, what's the chance of Stadia on N-Gage? Hey, if it can run a Chrome browser, apparently it'll work. And then Chris Childress membered up. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. I believe Evan had emotes and everything available. I did leave the Pokemon banner up. Hold on. Let me put a terrible Stadia banner in here. Thanks, Evan. Evan reminded me. I'm sorry, I put that in there. That, or I could technically just get rid of it, because Bam. There you go. I don't know if I have a good Stadia one. I might have a good Stadia one. Let me see. While we wait for it to materialize here. Will that work? That might work. Let me see. Oh, it's look at that large Stadia symbol. There we go. Hold on, I'm fixing it. Oh, we're starting. Oh, good. They throw the music in so we can get
Hi, I'm Phil.
copyright
Thanks so
immediately.
much for joining us today for the first Stadia Connect.
Oh, last of a
This
dying
series
breed.
gives you a
Welcome.
look at Stadia news,
Huge
events, new titles, bonus features, and more.
Oh.
We'll be posting these Stadia Connect videos
turn it up some.
time to time to bring you the latest from Google straight to all of you, the players. We've got a bunch of exciting news to share with you today, so let's get started. 3 months ago, we gave you a first look at Stadia, a new generation game
Why do they have this, like, border
powered
around
by
it?
the best of Google. Today, we're going to tell you about the first wave of games available at launch. We'll share pricing details, including an exclusive launch offer, and you'll learn how to become one of the first Stadia players. Stadia has been years in the making across different Google teams. Google's mission has always been to make information more accessible for everyone. With Stadia, our goal is to make gaming more accessible for everyone too. We designed Stadia to bring together game players and game watchers from around the world into one global community of gamers. And Stadia makes it easy to play your favorite games on any screen in your life. At launch later this year, you'll be able to play Stadia games on your TV, desktop, laptop, tablet, and on Pixel smartphones, starting with Pixel 3, as well as the brand new Pixel 3a that we announced last month. Wherever you are, Stadia lets you play the latest games. No downloads, no patches, no installs. Just grab your controller and you're in. This level of access and availability represents a huge shift in the gaming world. Instead of a console or a PC, you're using Google's data center as the platform. We handled the intense gameplay processing and graphics, so there's no console required to play your favorite games. That's what Stadia is all about, the game.
Well, that's about right. Oh, okay,
Today,
there we go.
We're unveiling the very first wave of games coming to the platform.
Okay, that's
at
funny.
launch.
That's
We're
funny.
working with hundreds of leading publishers and developers around the world to deliver their biggest and best titles.
Bungie, there's
to
Square
Stadia.
in there. Okay,
We've
THQ
lined
Nordic,
up an
yep.
incredible selection of games spanning nearly every genre, including fighting, sports, role-playing games, first-person
Jayski.
action, and racing
408.
titles. And we're just getting started. This worldwide exclusive unveil comes straight from our friends at Larian Studios.
Larian Studios, wait a minute. I watched the YouTube video that told me about Baldur's Gate 3. Don't think you're absolutely right. I have no idea how fighting games will be good on Stadia. You're absolutely right. Also, thanks to Last of a Dying Breed for becoming a member as well. Oh, there's Baldur's Gate 3. It's gonna be on PC as well, from what I've heard.
So Larian is a company where we try to give everybody a lot of freedom because we want them to come with their IDs. Thanks, man. Forget it. My name is Sven Vinke. I am the founder and director of Larian Studios. So Larian Studios was founded in '97 in Ghent in Belgium. I've seen the entire evolution of the games industry. We keep on driving the state-of-the-art forward.
Do I have
so
a modded
fast.
Switch?
You
I do
don't have it
not,
in music,
Nick.
you don't have it in movies.
Not at this time.
But
I
the
might in the
video games,
future,
you have it,
though.
And Stadia is like the next leap. I mean, it is quite revolutionary. Larian Studios was founded to be able to create big epic RPGs in which the world reacts to what you're doing, in which you could play together with your friends. When we released Divinity Original Sin 1, I tried
Carlos
approaching
with
Wizards of
$1.
the Coast,
The message, thanks.
trying to tell them that we should be the ones making Baldur's Gate 3. They didn't necessarily believe me back then, but then we started making Divinity Original Sin 2, and then at some point they just reached out to me and they said, well, you're the guy that wanted to make Baldur's Gate 3. Do you still want to make Baldur's Gate 3? I said, yeah, of course I still want to make Baldur's Gate 3. And that got the conversation rolling, and before you knew it, we were constructing story. It was awesome. It was a geek dream come true. Baldur's Gate 3 is the biggest game that we've ever done.
Oh, thanks, Jeremy Novak. I appreciate it.
Studio to be able to do it. Production values are very, very, very high, but the game deserves it. I mean, it's people have been waiting on it for a very long time, so it deserves to be top-notch in every single aspect, and it's shaping up to be a beautiful game. But the coolest thing about it all is that by bringing it to Stadia, pretty much everybody is going to be able to play it at the highest quality settings, because Stadia is democratic in that sense, if you want. It doesn't differentiate between what platform you're playing it on, because everything is server-based.
We can't wait for you to play Baldur's Gate 3 on Stadia. And whether you're playing an RPG like Baldur's Gate 3 or any of the other titles,
Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be good for a lot of people, yeah.
We know that players demand the most responsive experiences from their games. And we have architected Stadia to give you the fastest possible response between what your fingers are doing and what your eyes are seeing. So, what does that mean for the internet connection you're on right now? Let's quickly dig into the numbers.
This is a question for a lot of people.
Our highest quality gaming experience is remarkable, with 4K HDR video at 60 frames per second and 5.1 surround sound. We're able to deliver this experience to users with a connection speed of around 35 megabits per second. And with Google handling the processing load, you can enjoy smooth gameplay even if you don't have that kind of connection. So let's say you have a connection speed of just 10 megabits per second. You can still get at least 720p video at 60 frames per second with stereo sound. We're really proud of the experience we're able to deliver, and it's all thanks to more than 20 years of work at Google, building and optimizing our networks and data centers to support services with billions of users like YouTube, Gmail, Android, Google Play, Maps, and of course, Google Search. The latency and speed demands of online gaming aren't far off from the demands we've been meeting for years. We handle the back end so you can play the games you want, when you want, on whatever screen you prefer. Back in October of 2018, we put this idea to the test with Project Stream.
Yeah, I played that.
We invited users to stream Assassin's Creed Odyssey at up to 1080p and 60 frames per second.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be, I will admit.
It was a phenomenal gaming experience on a wide range of PCs and laptops.
Thanks, Carlos.
Simply running a Chrome browser. With Project Stream, we demonstrated that we can transmit the live instance from the data center to your screen faster than your eye is transmitting those images to your brain. That's critical for fast-paced games on Stadia, like Mortal Kombat.
Oh, no.
It's truly a new paradigm for gaming. And since we announced Stadia a few months ago, we've gotten a lot of interest about this new way to play. In our conversations and meetups with game developers, they're excited about the possibilities of an ever-evolving play experience. And we can't wait to get Stadia in the hands of gamers later this year. So let's share some more details about the platform.
We're going to play a fighting game on this thing?
At launch. You'll get the best experience playing with our new Stadia controller. It's designed specifically for streaming games, and it includes a capture button for your game footage and a button to access the Google Assistant. Of course, you can also play Stadia games with any supported game controller or with a mouse and keyboard. The only other thing you need is a screen to play on. Want to play on the HD TV in your living room?
Dream Studios
just
with
plug in a Chromecast
$20
Ultra.
saying, love your content, always been a
on your
fan.
Laptop, desktop, or tablet,
Thanks,
open a
Core
Chrome
Dream
browser
Studios. I
window.
appreciate that.
Our vision
Thank
is
you.
for Stadia to run on any
That's very kind of
screen
you.
that runs Chrome. Or you can use the Stadia app on your Pixel 3. We'll be expanding to more screens down the line too, including more smartphones. When you're ready to play, the Stadia controller connects directly to your game running in the Google Data Center. That direct connection is key to providing the highest
That's
possible
the interesting
performance
part about
and
this,
the
I'll
best
admit.
streaming experience.
The controller connects to
We have so many more
Wi-Fi.
details on the Stadia controller, which
Not
you can find
your computer or
at
anything.
stadia.com. We're also a tweet away at Google Stadia to answer all your questions. We're very excited to introduce you to a number of new titles coming to Stadia at launch. Let's take a look.
That guy and his kid. Thanks for showing Time Splitters love. Keep Time Splitters alive. We have to. We got to keep Time Splitters alive.
To follow. Alas, the beast can't be tamed that easily.
Is this Ghost Recon?
This wild territory is the perfect den for my kind. A free world where I can roam and explore with no end. But I came here on the hunt, hidden among sheep, focused on their superficial dreams, moving up the food chain step by step before I dominate them all. With one target always clearly in my sights. To secure the future with technology.
Yeah, it is. Okay, it is. It's Ghost Recon Breakpoint. All right.
Too fearful to deploy.
That's not surprising, by the way.
Tooth and claw, I took this island.
Lucas,
And
$2.
by
Thanks,
tooth
Lucas.
and
Appreciate
claw,
it.
I will rule it.
This isn't surprising.
The wolf knows when a predator nears. Can a ghost take on the lone wolf? Maybe. Tracking.
Oh, did I miss your donation, Lyra? I'm sorry. But
tirelessly.
I can go back through and look
But there
before
is
you
no
finish up.
place for the weak and the wounded here. We are wolves.
I'll go back through and check Lyra before we finish up here. Anything I missed. But thank you, though, in advance.
In position.
3, 2.
Stream Connect Stadia feature. The problem I'm running into here is they could literally just show us, like, the logo of that game, right? Because all they're doing is showing us just gameplay that could just be on anything, you know? It doesn't, like, we can't feel what the stream looks like, you know, playing the controller, like how it plays, until we actually try it ourselves. Composer Josh says, cheers from Brazil. Oh, cool. Thanks, Josh. Oh, this looks different. Guilt. I want to see something that takes advantage of, like, all the servers and stuff they have, you know? Like, 1,000-person battle royale. Something that really makes you think, you know? Like, something like this, right, isn't selling people right now on the service. They just mostly been showing games, Agent Cueto. But oh, Division 2. Okay, this shouldn't be surprising either to see Division 2. Again, Ubisoft. I actually expect most of Ubisoft games to go to this.
Happened 7 months after a deadly pandemic that started in New York, spread not only across the nation,
I expect most of them to do this.
also across the world. And you, as an agent of the Strategic Homeland Division, has been called to Washington, D.C. to help take the city back and save the country. So one of the major challenges is to take an RPG
Chris
and
Childress said you should be the #1 gaming channel. You and Evan are amazing. Sean #2. Okay, that I agree with.
A lot from the first game, and
Thanks,
we
Chris.
improved on that. And what we have today, I think, is
Blade
the best
Master 2.
cover-based shooter RPG out there.
Become a member. Thank you.
One of the real benefits of choosing Washington, D.C. for the second game is that we have all of these amazing, iconic buildings.
I think a lot of people have
White
already played
House,
this game.
The Capitol, we have the Air and Space Museum, we have the Lincoln Memorial, and of course, there's even a control point at the base of the Washington Monument.
Thanks, Rico Cruz. I appreciate that.
Stadia means that you can play your game anywhere.
Oh my gosh, did they
collaboration
put
with
Rainbow
Google
Six
has been
Siege on here?
Really awesome. Because they're very open, a very open company. At least with us
Splinter Cell
as
Stadia
partners.
exclusive. Oh
we
no.
know games, and they know infrastructure. So together we can bring a powerful,
I will say,
visually appealing experience.
Ubisoft is
Stadia users.
very much on
Together we can
board
make the best
with
of it.
Stadia. Like they really want Stadia to
The
work.
exciting part about
All right.
partnering with Google is that they really have the bandwidth and just the physical infrastructure to pull something like this off. Bringing the Division 2 to Stadia has been a learning experience and an immensely thrilling journey. So
Viva
I'm really
Physical.
looking forward to seeing what we can do in the future.
Yeah. I don't know if I've thought more and more to Wacko Joe watching my loading circle spin. Yeah. I've been thinking more and more about streaming, and
That's a look at just some of the amazing titles we're bringing to you at launch. And now, here to tell you about Stadia's pricing and availability
Oh boy,
is
here we
my
go.
friend and colleague, John.
We're launching Stadia with a diverse mix of games from lots of genres and world-class game publishers. There's truly something for everyone. With Stadia, you can put your money toward the things
Greetings
that
from
really
Australia.
matter, the latest, greatest
Michael.
game experiences that you can play anywhere. To unlock these experiences, we're offering a premium subscription for our Stadia players. Introducing Stadia Pro. It delivers the best of Stadia for just $9.99 per month. Stadia Pro gives you regular content that we add to your library for being a Stadia Pro member at our highest streaming quality. 4K, HDR, 60 frames per second with 5.1 surround sound. And we're going a step further to celebrate players who want to be the first playing on Stadia. We know there's a passionate world of players out there who want bigger, better, more accessible gaming experiences. After announcing Stadia, we've heard from so many gamers who share our excitement. For those fans, we've created a custom, limited edition set of exclusive features and content. We
Epic
call
would
it the
give it out
Stadia
for
Founders
free.
Edition, and you can pre-order it
Get that.
starting today. The
Pre-order
Founders
it.
Edition includes
Oh boy,
everything
here
you
we
need
go.
to get started with Stadia.
I think Chromecast
You'll
is
have
in
the
there.
first access to Stadia when it launches later this year.
It's like
We want to
$160
make sure your games look great on the
or
biggest screen in your
something.
home. So the Founders Edition comes with a Chromecast Ultra for streaming it up to 4K HDR at 60 frames per second directly to your TV. You'll also receive a limited edition Night Blue Stadia controller,
limited edition.
as well as 3 months of Stadia Pro. And we know gaming is more fun with a friend. The Founders Edition comes with a 3-month Buddy Pass, so you can gift Stadia Pro access to a friend or family member. You can also pick up an additional Stadia controller for $69.
Whoa.
It comes in clearly white, just black, and wasabi.
No, Wasabi.
And here's the best part about the Founders Edition.
Wasabi,
You'll
that's
be
an
among the
interesting color
first
choice.
players to secure
$70
your
for a
exclusive
controller
Stadia
like that.
name. So you'll get the Stadia name you want and the bragging rights that go along with it.
That better be a
so
good
you're
controller.
getting a Chromecast Ultra, the limited edition Night Blue Stadia controller, 3 months of Stadia Pro for you and a friend, and you'll be among the first players to select a Stadia name. It's all in the Stadia Founders Edition, and it's coming to these 14 countries. And we're working hard to expand Stadia to additional countries in 2020 and beyond. We do have one more surprise. Gamers who buy the Stadia Founders Edition will get the complete Destiny 2 experience as part of Stadia Pro. Let's take a look.
Destiny 2. Okay, so we knew this was happening too,
Destiny's
but
about being a super powerful hero set loose in a really beautiful world.
the word is Destiny 2 is leaving Battle.net and going to Steam also.
I'm so badass right now. I've been playing games for 30 years and I've never experienced that.
Destiny is about playing with your friends.
My best moments are with other players. The first time I beat Vault of Glass, I know who was there with me. And that just makes it feel so much more rich.
Bungie's always been at the forefront of exploring new ways to bring our games to our players.
We are now our own publisher. Did you know this?
And with Stadia, you get to be the tip of the spear with something that's new.
Our push now is to remove all the barriers that we have to playing Destiny.
Whenever, wherever, with whomever you want.
And we're allowing players to have access to all of it. All of our planets, all of our cooperative strikes, all of our competitive modes, Gambit, raids. It's all there for players to jump in and have fun with.
Shadowkeep is the
That's
next chapter in the Destiny story.
It's a pretty haunting tale. There are these nightmares that are walking the moon. And you'll have to find a way to conquer these nightmares and face your fears.
We have a lot to do with Destiny.
Wouldn't it be easier just to buy a PlayStation 4
We now are in control of
instead
our
of the
Destiny.
Founders Pack thing
Behind
for
us,
Stadia? I mean,
we
you're almost
have an
already there.
incredible community. And with Stadia,
With
I think
price.
we're going to open up an entirely new opportunity for players to come in and play with their friends
I mean,
from
but
around the world.
let's be real. Destiny 2 is almost given away for free most times now. It's like stupid cheap. No, so they are revealing Shadowkeep here as well. By the way, apparently this is a standalone expansion.
Looking
from what
to
we've
the
heard.
future
Like-
always brings us back to the past. Can you feel them? I can still hear their voices.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Their
Destiny 2 is not
endless
expensive.
torment reshapes our moon.
It was given away on PlayStation Plus
Nightmares
a
now
while ago.
stalk the surface. Walking shadows, seeking vengeance. Our old fears, they
Oh.
rise again. And in the dark below, something wicked has awakened. We must bring an end to this suffering. One way or
They're promoting games, Lewis. Fall 2019. Okay, there you go. That's that's right. It's on Stadia as well. Sorry, I was thinking about it being on like Xbox
A big
and
thank you to our
PlayStation.
friends at Bungie for partnering with us to bring the full Destiny 2 experience to Stadia. The
that's right,
base
Geraldo.
game, all previous add-ons, the newest expansion, and the annual pass. They're
See, that's
all
kinda neat that
included
it's like
in your
everything.
Stadia Pro subscription. And as an added bonus, you'll be able to transfer your Destiny Guardian to Stadia from any other platforms. To recap, the Stadia Founders Edition comes with limited edition Night Blue controller,
There has that
Chromecast
price.
Ultra, 3 months of Stadia Pro,
It is with that
the
price.
full Destiny 2 experience,
Uh-huh.
first dibs on your Stadia name, and a buddy pass to give Stadia Pro to a friend for 3 months. Good luck deciding who you're going to give it to. When you add everything up, that's almost $300 of value.
Yep.
And you'll get it all in the Founders Edition for just $129, which you can pre-order now. We're excited to offer the Founders Edition to gamers around the world, but it's only available for a limited time, in limited quantities, so don't wait too long to pre-order.
Brad
If you
Corbin,
don't
you think
want
we'll
the
see a new
Founders Edition
Bioshock
or
game?
Stadia Pro,
Yeah, I
you
hope
can
so.
still buy and play Stadia games without a subscription. Simply buy the games you want when you want them. We call this Stadia Base, and any games you purchase, they're yours to play whenever you want. So whether
Offline?
you're ready to go all in with the Founders Edition bundle, or if you prefer Stadia Base, you have options. All right, let's bring Phil back for a few final details and surprises.
Thanks for tuning in to this first look at some of our most exciting launch titles, pricing details, and how to access Stadia right at launch. You can get more details and info at stadia.com/FAQ, or you can find it in the description here. Or tweet us at Google Stadia. We'll have much more to come soon, including additional announcements from some of the world's best game publishers.
Rockstar's interesting.
I can't wait for you to experience Stadia for yourself. And with that, we're excited to show you one last collection of games.
Listen up already.
Wow, okay, they just hit us with a ton of games just now. Man, Mortal Kombat's gonna be interesting. All the Tomb Raiders, Rage 2, Xenoverse 2. There's that Power Rangers game. Baldur's Gate, yep. Just Dance. How? Okay, hold on. Hold on. How are rhythm-based games gonna work? There are a lot of games there. Andy Ackerman says spreading the love. Thanks, Andy. I appreciate it, man. It's all Doom, of course. Racing game. I mean, okay, so the one thing I'll give them is they have a nice selection of games. Although, you know what's really funny? Like, they don't have any. What's really funny about this, and I noticed this just now. Okay, so Final Fantasy appeared to be on there, yeah, but I didn't. Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah. The thing I noticed is I didn't see any slower paced RPGs on there that I could just see right there. That's like the thing that would work the best on this. Like, why wasn't Dragon Quest XI on there? Like, that's an easy one. It's on Steam. Like, they can't go get Dragon Quest XI? Yeah, so here's the thing. I don't think they just showed us any exclusives. I don't. Baldur's Gate 3, I believe, is on PC. It's going to be on consoles, I think, next year. PS4 transfer pending Sony approval. Yeah, so that's the other thing, Rio Cage. So here's a thing that is happening, but they didn't seem to talk about it here, which is weird. There's going to be cross-save, cross-progression on the Xbox PC Stadia version of Destiny 2, which means you can go from, like, Stadia to the Xbox to the PC. Like, your account will travel between them. That seems like a cool idea if you have Stadia as a, like, companion thing, right? Like, you're gonna be gone, it's not on the Switch or anything, right? That's like the worst case scenario to play it, I guess. Man. H-Bear says, I believe consoles are in trouble if this is a huge success. The convenience and price factor is a huge plus. So I think there are gonna be some people like you, Burr, who likes the idea. I do. I think there are also a lot of people who don't like the idea, though, so it's going to be interesting to see how this is received. Did they not tell us when this thing comes out? Because it's supposed to be November, I believe, right? Did I miss that? I thought it was supposed to be November. I can't believe I was a beta tester for this. King. Yeah, me too. That means you played Assassin's Creed just like I did on the service. Guilt is a Stadia exclusive. Okay, there we go. Thanks for Monolin. Appreciate that. I was thinking like something that like really has like a massive impact that makes you go, well, I guess I have to do Stadia. You know, something that really makes you have to push for it. Now there's supposed to be several more games. They show us a quick sizzle reel, but apparently there are other games too. $10 a month is going to be interesting for people if they think that's worth it. And the reason I say that is because I think xCloud is going to make this service look really bad this Sunday. Like, I think xCloud is going to push this service around. Yeah, it's yours to keep. So the game, they said, is yours to keep unless you're offline. So that's the thing that we see with Game Pass, for example, and apparently will work like with xCloud. And Game Pass is xCloud seems to be mostly developed for phones, for example. But we already know with Game Pass, you can, of course, download it offline and play it. Like, I remember when Game Pass was first being talked about, people were concerned that it would just be all streaming. Like PlayStation Now is all streaming, but you can now download games. So even Sony figured that out. And let's say you're on your PC and your PC isn't the greatest, but let's say my friend Pedro comes out, that's a game that isn't super demanding, and you're like, well, I can play this offline, actually. My computer should be able to play this. You know, I have like a RX 560 or something, and it's not going to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey very well, you know, but it'll play My Friend Pedro. You can't download it, you know, like the option's not there. So, also, it was a Chromecast Ultra, right? That's what they just showed us? Am I thinking right? Does the Chromecast Ultra have a an Ethernet port? That's something I didn't check. I feel like it does. I feel like it has to. Otherwise, they wouldn't package that. They wouldn't do that over Wi-Fi. No exclusiveness, Google. No, thank you. Yeah, guns down. That's interesting. That's the other question. That's something else I'm going to bring up in my video. What about data caps? Shane P brings up a great point here. Here's the thing about that. They commented on this during the initial event. Google's view on that is, well, Comcast, Verizon have to catch up. That's the way it is. Like, because they are doing this and they're Google, they will push providers into raising data caps. Based on my experiences with Comcast over the last 10 years, they are incorrect. Comcast is, it does have Ethernet. Thank you, Code. I appreciate it. Comcast does not roll that way. They will not raise data caps just because Google is doing this. They didn't raise data caps when Netflix started doing 4K along with I think Hulu. They're not going to do it here. So that's my thought on that one. Oh, it is on the power. Okay, cool. It is on the power adapter. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. So the idea here is they only showed us the pricing one, which is very weird to me, and I'm going to explain why. They went in the wrong direction. The word is that there will be a 1080p 30 frames per second option that is a free thing to do, and you can buy the game separately, right? Like, so let's say, this Destiny game comes out and you want it. You buy it, and then you could stream it on that 1080 30 service. But because there's no subscription fee to go with that, right? That's the plan. They should have told us about that before they told us about the paid option. Do you know what I mean? Like, they should have said, oh, guys, check this out. You can, I just want next-gen consoles. Jeremiah, we all want next-gen consoles right now. But Sunday, come on by. We're going to be doing the Microsoft stuff. That's going to be fun. They're going to have next-gen stuff there. I'll tell you that. $70 Stadia controller. Listen, the Pro controller for the Switch was expensive too, right? That's not a cheap controller. It's cheaper now. Like Walmart, I think, sells them for under $60. Just purchased Founder's Shirtless Wii Fit review. Thanks, Dalton. So I think people are going to be buying the Founder Edition. I'm interested in the controller just to see. Like, we'll try the service out, obviously. We'll try that. But I don't have a lot of confidence in this over X. I think xCloud's gonna be better, basically. Chuck with $1, no message. Thanks, Chuck. I think xCloud is going to be a better service. Okay, Stadia seems confused right now. that's gonna be my title for my video. Stadia seems confused, or seems outright confused, or something, because they do. This feels like a Google approach to a very easy to solve situation. I think Microsoft is going to attack it quickly, and I think xCloud is going to show up on things like the Switch before Stadia does. Just to be honest, I think that's going to happen. So, like Stadia, what did they say? You need a Google Pixel phone? I feel like most people don't have a Google Pixel phone. Like, they keep showing you can get on your phone and then go to your computer. How many people have a Pixel phone? A lot of people have an iPhone or a Samsung phone, something like that, right? Does Stadia and xCloud threaten graphics card manufacturers in the long term? I'm going to say no. Well, it doesn't threaten AMD. It could possibly threaten NVIDIA. AMD provides the chipsets and everything for Stadia. So if that keeps going up, then AMD will have a guaranteed amount that they can sell every single year, possibly more, from Google, who will pay them. Like, there's no chance involved there, So that's kind of, I think AMD was smart to get in with Stadia immediately. And of course, they also provide the chipsets for Microsoft with their Xbox Ones that they're standing up in data centers, and then Sony that's going to be doing the PS5. So, but yeah, we are finished up here. That was the Google Stadia presentation. I'm surprised they didn't have better games to show. It was a lot of games we can play on other platforms, right? Let me give you an example. They showed Xenoverse 2 as if you can't already play that anywhere, right? It's on the Switch, so all right. But they at least showed like Division 2. You're not playing Division 2 without an internet connection. Any of the games, here's the thing, any of the games where you need an internet connection to play it makes sense on Stadia because you already need an internet connection to play it. So like I get that, right? I get that idea. I think that's why Ubisoft is so interested, because a lot of Ubisoft's games you need internet connection to play them for the most part, right? Like to get the most out of it. Assassin's Creed, not as much, right? But like Division 2, we just saw Division 2. You need the internet to play that, right? We saw Bungie with Destiny 2. You need the internet to play that. And I think that's where a lot of these live services are heading towards anyway. So that's why Ubisoft is very excited for it. And I think that's why EA is, like, we saw FIFA and stuff. So, yeah. Pixel is first. Android, early 2020. No iOS. Google is going to want to get on. That's the thing. I see some short-term thinking here with this whole thing. Stadia base not out until next year. That's the biggest mistake I've ever seen, Steve. Stadia base should be launching immediately, like as soon as possible, because you want to get people in it. Like they're thinking about that subscription service, and that's fine, but like think about if they could offer something that Steam can't, which is a way to buy the game, not install it, not download it. You buy the game and it immediately launches in your browser. Like you don't have to pay for the subscription service, none of that. You buy it, they get their cut from the game sale, and then it launches. They could have some of the craziest game launches ever in terms of revenue that they get just from existing and running the stream, and then upselling them on $10 for 4K 60. So I don't understand why base isn't launching until next year. That's the thing I don't get. It's weird. Instead, they're like, hey, $10. xCloud is going to show up, and they're just going to backhand Stadia on Sunday. I'm just going to tell you that now. It's going to be ugly. Like, right now, remember when they first showed Stadia, and a lot of people were like, what's Microsoft going to do? How is this going to work? Even I was like, this isn't going to be good for Microsoft. And now we see this presentation, and it's like, Microsoft's just going to run them over. Like, it's going to be bad. Tech is amazing. Pixel, then rest of Android in early 2020. No iOS. Yeah. So, interesting stuff here from Stadia. I'll do a recap video. We'll basically just do a reaction video to it, and put it out there for anyone who missed it. People who are tuning in now that I see in the chat. Don't worry. I'll have a video up for you guys if you missed it with some thoughts on what we saw. I don't think it's going to go well for Google at first. This is a long-term play. Maybe in 10 years we can revisit this, right, and look back on it. But they skated. You're right. They skated around a couple things, Wolf. They skated around data cap. They skated around latency. They showed Mortal Kombat. I'm sorry. They showed Mortal Kombat. I don't know how that's going to work. I'm just going to be honest. Like I don't know how that's going to work with button responsiveness, but. Yes, thanks for tuning in to everybody out there who decided to come by. I'll have a video up, and then we can discuss it further in the comments. There was a news wave this morning with some pretty interesting stuff with placeholders going into E3. By the way, it looks like, I'll just tell you guys now, The Witcher 3 on the Switch is one of the worst kept secrets I've ever seen. Like, everybody's just talking about it now, so there you go. Like, apparently that's happening with more and more information coming up for it, so interesting stuff there. But yeah, Stadia. Well, we'll see if Google wants to drop this thing in a few years. I'm hoping they at least stick with it, but we'll see. Thanks guys for coming by. We'll I'll see you guys in the follow-up video with just a reaction, my thoughts kind of off the cuff as we go over it. Thanks guys. So I'll see you then.